Hi, welcome. Thank you for watching You Fix It. Today we're replacing a PCV valve on a 2005 Nissan ALTIMA 3.5 liter V6 engine. PCV valve is located in the rear of the engine, in the rear valve cover. It is below these two green wire connectors. It is down right there where that white vacuum nipple is connected, right down there behind this wiring harness, and that's the valve itself. It is hard to see and it is buried. So first you're going to need to remove these two wire connectors here, brake booster hose, that has to come off, and then the hose back here going to the throttle body. That's the PCV valve hose, and I removed that as well to gain some access. First, we take off this brake booster hose here. And remember, this is a 20-year-old car, so everything's going to be brittle. Heat and everything's going to cause everything to dry. And so when you take these hoses off, you first want to twist them a little bit, kind of break them loose. And I already got the clamp off and everything. I've already gotten it loose, so easier to show you. But once you get that loose, then I push it off evenly with the pliers, so that if you push with a screwdriver or anything too hard, you can crack the hose, and you don't want to have more problems than you already have. Next, to remove these two wiring connectors here, I use two screwdrivers. Don't pull up on the wires, because that will cause a wire possibly to break or pull out of the lock tab in the connector. So what I do is push on the lock tab, which is on the other side. It's rather hard to see, but it is right there. So I'm pushing on the lock tab to disengage the lock. At the same time, I take another screwdriver and I go down to the lower body of the connector. Like that, and then simultaneously pry up on the connector. That way you don't damage the connectors, because again, these become very brittle and they will break, just like this one back here is already broken. Looks like somebody had taken that apart. I could be lying to you, and it could have been me, but it wasn't. And the lock tab has broken off, but it's because the plastic becomes very brittle. So you got to be very careful. Okay, then once you have these off, you have this hose off, these connectors off, and you can see the PCV valve a little bit better. There's a lower bracket that you might have to pry out of the way as well. Give us some light in here. It's the lower bracket for the wire terminal mounts. Okay, there we have a clear picture of the PCV valve. Now I'm going to take the hose off for the valve itself. That one's off on that end, and then on the other end, there's no clamps on these, on this hose anyway. This end comes off, so I take it all the way out and set it up on the side here. And then next, get the socket. And this is a 15/16 socket. 3/8 drive ratchet, and then When that gets down on there, you got to kind of hold it down in position on the valve, push down on the top of the ratchet to keep the socket on the valve hex nut very squarely and tightly. This is a plastic PCV valve, so if it's not on there properly, then it can strip it very easily, and it would become a very difficult problem. Now, also, you have to be careful that the valve that you're taking out, that the hex size socket, the 15/16, the aftermarket PCV valve had a different size hex, and it was a 7/8. So if you use the wrong socket on the valve you're taking out, it could strip it, so be very careful. And reinstallation is the opposite of taking everything apart. So good luck and have fun. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you very much. Have a great day.